we call the meeting to order? No, because we don't have quorum. But we can start the meeting, and we can start with the reports. And then if they arrive, we can either call the meeting to order or
not.
Or not. Mm-hmm. So
I don't know why, but I think when people, and I don't know, when they're this late, I don't see them coming into the. That's just.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, very good. So we're starting the meeting. I know Pat is on. Just to let you know, we're starting the meeting now. It's 8:52. I'm going to start with my report. Good morning. And my report is on page 5. And what's taking a lot of, there's different things going on, but right now we're focused on the rebranding initiative. We were planning, last meeting we mentioned that we were planning a soft launch and a hard launch, but we moved everything to a hard launch just to have more impact and have better use of all the resources and all the materials. And so we've been working as a team to get all the elements done, and that includes advertising, that includes from the branding of the office. Hopefully soon you all can join us here at CVB, and you can see the rebranding in action. It's all around the office, and so we're very excited about that. Also, I want to invite everybody to listen to our podcast. We have the Hola Laredo podcast. We are in our 3rd episode already, and you can find it wherever you consume your podcasts. And it's the Hola Laredo podcast. And this month we talked about shopping. So we focused on shopping on San Bernardo, on downtown, the different options that we have, boutiques. I mean, the array of opportunities that we have. The host was really excited about all the Mexican import shops, the bargain hunting here in downtown. And so we focused a lot on that, but we want to invite everybody to listen and download and like the Hola Laredo podcast. We're excited that the new flight to Mexico is already on. It's starting October 5th, but tickets are already on sale. So we have been working with the airport on getting all the information out on social media. We're coordinating, and we're doing a whole mini campaign for that launch in Mexico, and the airport is doing all the promotion here in locally. And so we're coordinating with that. We're really excited about that. Unfortunately, that's the timing with the pandemic, but hopefully after all this is over, or things get a little bit more stable, people will be excited to travel to Laredo via Aeromar. And so we already have the tickets already on sale, as I mentioned, but the first flight is October 5th. I don't know if y'all have any questions for my report? For me on the report?
I don't know what I did. Hello?
No? Any questions on the?
I'm sorry, it's just that I did something and I don't see anybody anymore. So I'm trying to fix that, so give me a minute.
Okay.
This is so embarrassing.
No, and we can hear you. We can hear you and we can see you. So you're still on.
We all can keep on as long as I can hear you. I'm fine.
Okay. So I don't know if you have any question on my report. Okay, moving on. Sorry?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Moving on to Joel Vasquez. Joel? Joel, you're on mute.
Yes, sorry.
Your report?
Yes, I'm trying to open the. For some reason, I got disconnected right now. But
I got excited that I saw somebody else new connecting, and I was like, oh, no, it was Joel again.
no, it was me. Yeah, I don't know how I got disconnected. But good morning to everyone. My report is in page 7. So there's a couple of things that happened this month. We were expecting to have several tournaments. One was the UASD volleyball tournament, and due to the UIL changes in the school districts and everything that the state has implemented and the health authority, the volleyball tournament has been canceled completely. There's not going to be any fall sports, at least for basketball and volleyball. So with that being said, it's not only going to affect this tournament, but Border Olympics right now has been affected for the cross country meet. It's going to be as well at the end of this month. And the boys and girls basketball tournament that it's in December, due to this pandemic, it's going to be canceled as well. So these tournaments that were going to take place, they have a huge economic impact to our community, to our city, to our hotels. And due to all this, we're going to see a effect on that. And the other one was with Staba, with Tony Yanez. He's the local president here at the Guns N' Roses, together with Staba, the South Texas Amateur Boxing Association, and with USA Boxing. We were going to host a boxing tournament, first national boxing tournament here in Laredo. We were expecting over 500 boxers at the end of August as well. But due to so many changes and the increase in number of cases of COVID, that event is going to be postponed for summer, so early summer 2021. It's interesting, since we opened the registration in a few days, we had already gotten people from Oklahoma, New Mexico, Georgia, from those states that were interested in, obviously in Texas as well. So we had a huge interest on people that wanted to participate, but due to the pandemic and everything, we had to postpone the event. So those are the big things that I kind of wanted to highlight. I'm not sure if the committee has any questions in regards to other things in my report. Those are the big things that I wanted to just emphasize on some of the changes that are happening here.
Thank you, Joel. Any questions? Okay, moving on to Vero. Or did I skip Selena?
I think
Vero's it.
I'm up.
Yeah, you're up, Vero.
My report, well, I just wanted to mention on how going by the sister cities online that we're working the project I'm working on. I have been contacting some custom brokers to do obviously to bring the products over. We are working, at least the first phase of the sister cities online will be 10 vendors. That's what we're looking at, with each one having an estimate of about 5 products as well. We're also working on the cultural side of this online shopping. We are going to have some videos where people could experience going to the different states that are going to be represented or that have participated. We already have Nuevo León, uh, San Mateo de Atenco. I also have uh, San Miguel de Allende that have already sent us over their videos. So we're very excited about this project and moving forward. Hopefully, this will be launched on November. I don't know if you have any other questions on my report.
Thank you, Vero. Moving on now to Selena.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to report that it looks like last month was the majority of my time taken up by City Hall and the Public Information Office. I assisted with the PSAs that were filmed, partnered up with Jose Ollarvides, and you can currently see those PSAs locally on television, radio, digital billboards. Isabel Sosa, Eileen, and Ana Reina are able to post some graphics on social media. There's a new campaign that the city manager and the mayor are kicking off, which is hashtag Mask Up Laredo. So I'm currently soliciting local Laredo ambassadors, people that can influence and help out with informing the public on, the proper use of a mask. And, we wear our face mask not only to protect ourselves, but to protect those around us and those that we care about. And currently we've got, I believe, Pete Astudillo that said he would participate, along with one of the Miss U that Laredo has had, the one that's married to Correa with the Astros, Daniela, I'm sorry. And, I'm reaching out to some others as well. And in regards to CBB, a phase that we moved into in regards to media buys is the formal introduction and the meet and greet of a relic agency taking on the U.S. Sales representatives. So that's been going really well. They've been setting up meetings and getting to know each other. And hopefully this coming fiscal year, any media buys will be run, through CBB, for our reference to go ahead and take a look at, but they will be executed and negotiated between Relic and the advertisers directly. And, miss you guys. Haven't seen anybody from our committee in a long time. So if y'all have any questions, that's my report.
Thank you, Sel. And we have Ms. Magali Rodriguez joining us. Thank you, Magali. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I don't know if there's any questions on Selena's report. If not, we move on to Ana Reina.
Hi, good morning. Well, like Eileen said, and Selena, I'm working with, I'm part of the PIO team, communication team. Now I post all the social media posts on the City of Laredo Facebook page, and I'm working with ITI and ADS with the Laredo CBB posts on social media. For Mexico, we're monitoring the bridge, all the reactions from Monterrey people that they want to come shopping. They said, we really want to go shopping to Laredo, we really miss you, and we try to keep this message that we are here, we miss them too, and hopefully the bridge open now, but that health is priority for all, so wait from us. I'm working with at the same time with the campaign with the airport for the social media and looking for influencers. Maybe they can travel on December or later, that depends on the health and anything. I don't know if you have any question.
Thank you, Reina. And as Reina and Selena mentioned, we continue to be part of the what we call the Joint Information Center, and we're supporting PIO in all their efforts. We have a strong marketing machine here, and we have we're using those tools and those skills to assist the PIO office in getting the message out. Like Selena mentioned, of all the things that we need to do to keep ourselves and our families um, and safe. So let me see. And now we move on to Selene and Samuel.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Good morning, Sam.
Okay. First of all, good morning to all of you. On behalf of Selene and myself, I would like to say, first of all, that we miss you a lot. Okay, so it's been a while since we haven't seen you or talked to you. So even though this is like a video conference, as for myself, I feel happy to see you all again and to know that you are that you are healthy. Okay, so I would like to start with the report and just to continue from what Reina already said. People that call to the office or people that step by Casa Laredo, and I mention step by because they are not allowed to enter yet to the office, but they just open the door and just like a quick question, and we can see from the most important or the can we say like what they are more interested is in when the bridges are going to open because they want to go back. It can be for shopping, to visit a relative, or even because they have something to do, like to deliver a permit or something like that. But people is very interested in coming back to Laredo for different reasons. There's a funny thing that happened to me like a month ago. Yeah, like 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago. I was driving in the Spark, and as you know, the Spark it's branded with Laredo logo. Okay, so I was driving back home, and then there's this truck. It was a lady who made some signs to me, and I was like, "What's going on?" And she was telling me like, "Pull over." So I pulled over, and because it was a woman, I was like, "Well, I don't think this is dangerous." So I pulled over, and she was like, "Are you from Laredo, Texas? Do you work for Laredo, Texas?" And I was like, yes, I do." And she was like, is it closed? Are the bridges closed right now?" And I was like, "Yes, they are closed." "When are they reopening?" And I was like, well, at that time it was supposed to open in August, on July. That's what I said, July, the 20th of July. And she was like, "Oh, okay, I really want the bridges to be open again because I need to do something there." I don't know what she said. I can recall right now, but even though when they see the Spark, or when they see the logo, or when they see Laredo, you can see the interest people have in returning to Laredo. Okay, that's one of the points of the report. The other is that we continue having phone calls, video calls with travel agencies and tour operators, because they are also willing. We can see that right now, if perhaps because they know that international travels are even more restricted right now, they are like planning to do a local tourism. And even though Laredo, Texas is in USA, they see it as a very good option for the people to travel once the bridges and once the travel restrictions are over. They are trying to attack that market. Okay, the market of shopping. So we're like having these interactions with them so we can share information or ideas or to make a plan once these restrictions, travel restrictions are over. Okay. We're also following up on events that were already scheduled for us. And some of them have been canceled and some of them have been postponed for next year. And there's even an event in which Selene and myself were supposed to attend. It was IBTM Las Americas. So, and this event was postponed to next year, but they're offering a webinar, okay? So we can have it on by the end of October. And um, the good news is that our participation for next year is already scheduled, and there's no need to make there's no need to make more investment. The event is already paid. Okay.
Thank you, Sam. And that's happening, what Samuel mentioned. We have several events for meetings, for sports, for leisure that have been postponed. What we saw is at the beginning of the situation, March, April, May, a lot of the dates that we had for October through December were still on. People were still hopeful that things were going to get better and that we were going to be able to have conferences and tournaments and all that. And as the summer has progressed, we've seen more and more either events being postponed or canceled. Those that are being postponed are being pushed until next year, which means if we already made any investment, they're either giving us back the money, but in most cases, they're just pushing our registration until next year if we're okay with that. So that's a lot of what's happening. As Joel mentioned, we had tournaments scheduled for the end of the summer that we were also hoping back in May, June, things were getting a little bit better. But with the surge in cases during July, all those tournaments were definitely canceled or postponed until next year. So we're still seeing those effects on our hotels, and those were potential events that were going to help us get our numbers up.
I don't know if you have any questions.
Okay, so we don't have a quorum. We do have Ms. Gutierrez, Ms. Rodriguez, and Mr. Laurel. We are one person short of the quorum. So I don't know if you have any other questions regarding our reports.
I just wanted to ask with regard to the hotel tax. I know you did give us a report on that. I don't know if that needs action or you can go into that report.
We don't require an action right now. What we did is, and what we've done, part of a follow-up of what I mentioned last time, but it's because we saw very early on, before the end of the fiscal year, what was going on. We basically went through all of our accounts and we tightened the belt and we said, we're going to stop most of the spending, only the things are really, really necessary. And obviously cancellation on events helped us a lot. But we were able to save about $500,000. And so that's going to help us. That's going back to the hotel occupancy account, and that's going to help us complement the expenses for next fiscal year. Now, for next fiscal year, and we'll have our presentation before council next week. Basically, we started at our regular budget, but obviously we know that that's not feasible. So what we are proposing to council is we're showing our regular budget, but then we're showing all the places that we found that we can cut, and that we've been working these last few months in identifying all those places where we can still cut, but still be efficient and have the same presence. Having our agencies, ADS and now Relic on board has helped us a lot because they have helped us maximize our dollars in advertising, which has been really, really important for us. And so we feel that we have, we're still going to be in a good position advertising wise, even though we're cutting a big amount. We're cutting almost 50% on in some cases and 25% in others. And so for us, it was really important to assure that we are still having that presence and we're still having that reach to our customer or to our potential visitor with that, and Relic and ADS have been instrumental.
Have you seen any increase in guests, coming through the hotel?
Right now with the government, there's a lot of National Guard, there's a lot of government. I know that the installation of the not hospital setting, but the assistant setting that they did at the Red Roof Inn is translating into rooms for some of the hotels, because all the staff that's servicing the people that are at the Red Roof Inn, all the staff is staying at different properties. Now, a lot of those are, and Magali, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of those, because they're government and their long-term stays, might not yield the same tax that we would get from a visitor.
That is correct. With Red Roof Inn, Eileen, that is not, it's no tax collection, right? They lease the property as a real estate, right? Not hotel.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. A lot of those personnel, yes, there are extended stay, but at least the rents that we're seeing, there's a mix. There's some that come for a couple of weeks, so those we are collecting taxes. I have to say that from the last month when we met, that I told you, no, I'm not seeing a difference. I can tell you the last 2 weeks, I have seen an increase on oil and gas, an increase on transit hotel. Still, of course, we don't have visitors, right? But it's looking like people are adjusting and they're making adjustments and they're allowing employees to travel. We're seeing people that we haven't seen in 2-3 months. So that's good news to me. So hopefully we keep seeing that. I know things are not getting better, but at least, I feel like companies are adjusting or taking the risk and allowing their employees to travel. So hopefully we keep seeing that. Yeah, but I noticed, especially at La Quinta, we have so many regular guests and people that we haven't seen in months, and we're seeing them again. So hopefully that's a good indication. Yeah.
And what we see in our reports is we're still in the low 50s occupancy, which means it's slowly but surely, it reflects what Magali's saying. Slowly but surely, we see the increase. We're still not in the 60s. We're still not in the 70s that we used to be. But definitely showing a slight increase right now is better than any decline that we get.
An increase of like a steady increase of at least a 5% week by week. So that is good. That's good news. Hopefully we continue to see that trend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's encouraging is that it keeps going up. I mean, the trend is going up, not down, or it's not flat. I guess Magali, you're the best one to talk about that because you're in the actual business day to day. You're right there. Yeah. So I just wanted to hear some encouraging news. Like say maybe it's a 5% increase. Well, that's an increase. So
yes.
hopefully you'll get to a.
Yes, and we're also seeing a lot of there, of course, like with situations like this, there's always opportunities, right? And I've seen like I met this gentleman. He's coming from San Antonio, and he's one of the crews preparing the food for the staff that is at the hospitals. So you know, that is like somebody that had no business in Laredo. Right now, this facility that was installed at Red Roofing has of course has brought more people, more travelers. There's a lot of nurses coming down, technicians. So I think yes, some of the business is gonna be down, but we're seeing like new people, new companies. There's a new demand. So it's not what we want, right? We don't want to have more nurses or doctors or technicians or anything, but it is what it is.
If
Well, I
I
was
may,
driving by this weekend and drove by your two new hotels,
Yeah.
and I saw a lot of cars, and I said to my sister, "My gosh, look, this is really encouraging. You know, it's seems that they're getting, they're getting more people, to come and stay at the hotel, or maybe it was just a weekend thing."
Yeah. Yes, our two new hotels are performing really well, especially the extended stay. The demand for extended stay it's really, really big. The other one, which is the more transient traveling, that is very similar to La Quinta, but we are seeing an increase as well. Even though we were really, really low at the beginning, little by little, we're seeing that increase. So yes, but the extended stay is doing amazing, and I think all the extended stays are doing really well. But again, it's mainly government, like Eileen said. Mhm.
Well,
I want to show you. I want to show you really quick this graphic, the occupancy for June. We get our report, and we get our report. This is something I'm gonna present to today to another group, but wanted to show you just the difference. And I don't know, can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so you see March, you see the very clear mark when the stay-at-home orders, everything started was on the 15th, and from there you can see the decline. April, we were in the 40s. May started to go a little bit higher. We were probably sometimes in the high 50s. And you see June, we are, for the most part, in the 50s. We had some peaks here and there, but for the most part, we were in the 50s. So there is a slight increase, as y'all mentioned, and I just wanted to compare it with the numbers. So there is numbers that back up that increase.
Yeah, but it has definitely, as you can see in that graphs, like it has been devastating for the hotel industry. Like it is like a big dramatic difference. Like we're seeing it with La Quinta. Like it's hard. So I can't imagine for everybody else is similar. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Going from 70s you all have great occupancy and going down to 40s to less than that.
Big losses, but.
Yeah.
But at least it's some positive, news. It's moving in the right direction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the way to look at it, Magali, stay positive. I mean, that's very, very encouraging, because amidst all of this pandemic and everything going on, especially the loss of life and everything that we've had around us in the last few weeks, especially it seems that there's been an increase, that it's good to see that there are some encouraging signs, that we can look to and say, this will get better.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. or we will adjust. We will have to adjust to it. And yes, but it is it is hard, but we're gonna these two shall pass, right? Like we'll be
Exactly. That's exactly right. Right.
yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Any other questions that y'all have?
Eileen, are they looking to get another hotel? Are they looking to convert another hotel?
Right now, there's nothing specific that we've been told. They are looking for, what they did ask is, the city has vouchers. And so one of the things that we're seeing, and I say this as part of the joint information team, what we're
Yes.
seeing in the trend is that a lot of the cases are clusters and families. And so, or people that are getting together. And so the health department has been very adamant in trying to educate people that if one person in the family gets sick, that they truly isolate that person. But obviously there's cases where that's not possible. If there's 4 or 5 people living in an apartment with one bathroom, or other settings where there's not the necessary space for somebody to have their own room and their own bathroom.
Yeah.
That is not possible. So the city is looking for properties that are okay with having people that are not necessarily sick, but that they're staying separate from a family member, or several family members are sick, to avoid more people getting sick. So we reached out, Vero, Irma, Joel, it is reached out to all you and all the other properties for that. But at this point, there's no specific request to convert a full hotel, another full hotel into a hospital setting. It would be just individual, either sections of those properties are willing to provide those areas, or it's basically with those vouchers, but not a full hotel right now.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you all, because it's great to have that first line point of view, and I know with the new properties. Is there any plans of a virtual ribbon cutting? Have y'all, or is there anything in the plans? Or are you waiting a little bit more?
Yeah, like, we thought about it, but honestly, like we've been like taking care of other stuff, and like that went to the side. We're remodeling La Quinta. I don't know if you have seen have you had seen it, but we're doing remodeling at La Quinta, and that has taken a little bit of the extra time and efforts. But yes, well, I'll talk to Priya about it, and hopefully we can do something soon. Yeah,
Well,
we were
waiting,
hoping to have one live, right? Like we didn't want to have to leave it. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. The same thing with our office. We're like, well, maybe we can do it with a little bit a smaller amount of people. Well, maybe we can do it virtual. Well, maybe we can. So
Yeah.
maybe we can do a parade. So, yeah, no, I totally understand. We're still we've been trying to figure out also our lunch, we've been cutting everything on a virtual setting, and it's definitely, especially for us, that we love to have people around, and we love to like invite people and our visitors and everything. It's definitely a new normal.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Very good. Anything else? Any other comment, questions?
No.
No?
Hope this is over with soon. That's all.
Yes, we hope. And we are, yesterday when we had the media briefing, mayor and city manager were, and everybody else in the call, were really trying to convey to people to please stop gathering, especially between households, to stop going out to places where they could be at risk, because one person in the household that gets sick goes back home and then everybody else is sick. And so the city's being really good about setting regulations here in our offices, of us staying in our desks at our desks, and if we go out, we have our masks. And so as soon as anybody leaves their desk, we have our masks. We have we try to not interact physically with each other. So this is how our staff meetings look. Basically, we had a staff meeting yesterday, and this is how it looked. So we're taking all the precautions necessary, and city manager and mayor, we're trying to convey for people to take the necessary actions to stop the spread. And I'm going to ask Ms. Gutierrez if you can call the meeting to order so we can call it as quorum, not the quorum failed to materialize. I don't know if you're going in and out. You're breaking. Okay, Mr. Laurel, would you call the meeting to order and we can document date and time?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you call the meeting to order and we can document date and time so we can document?
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order.
Okay, it's August the 6th, 2020 at 9:33. And we're gonna proceed with roll call. Raymond Camina. Right here. Elizabeth Flores. Right here. Miss Judith Gutierrez.
She's here, but
She's here, but she's
having technical issues.
Mr. Richard Laurel.
Present.
Bethany Luna. Ms. Marisa Gutierrez and Mr. Raymond Camino, I'm sorry, they were requesting to be excused. And that will have to be approved next meeting when we have quorum. And Ms. Magali Rodriguez.
Present.
Thank you. Quorum has failed to materialize, requiring this meeting to be canceled. And the meeting has been suspended at 9:34 a.m. Okay. Any additional questions, comments?
No, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, everybody, for attending our meeting, and we'll see you. Our next meeting is going to be on September the 3rd, if I am correct. Yes.
Okay.
Thursday, September the 3rd, same time, and we'll send you the invite via email. And for those that are watching us, you can watch through Swagit, same as today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.